Well, hello again everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for sticking with me, all you lovely people. As usual, before we start, quick mention to Shane Homeyard, Austin Greenow, Metal Mania 3D and the Diecast Workshop, my mate Crap Old Nick from Jersey, Derek Rowe, Robert Sterling, H Jockster, Robert Headley, Ralph Cooling, Fraser Martin and Paul Osmond. Thank you everyone, all you lot, for your very kind comments. Right then, comments left. Barry Shaxton writes, excellent job done there, Bob, looks great. By the way, keep on yapping, etc. I enjoy it and it's all part of the video. Hope you and your missus keeping well, stay safe, all the best, Barry. PS, good to see the Cortina I sent you is waiting its turn. Well, Barry, I have done that video actually, and it is on hold at the moment. I will be putting that up as soon as I haven't joined it all together yet. I've got to do all that, and there's a couple other things I've got to do. But yeah, it won't be long and that one will be coming on. Thanks for sending it, by the way. You know I like the Cortinas. Glyn Stimpson. Hello Bob, nice to see you back. Glad you and the Mrs. Bob are doing well. Good that Mrs. Bob is getting out and about. Great restoration. I like the matte finish. He's on about the matte finish on the when I've done that fire engine, it was the weather was a bit, overcast and it was a bit damp in the air, and of course when I painted it was ordinary. There's a bloody bee in here, get out. When I painted it, the dampness, it got into the paint. It wasn't that enamel paint that I used, thank God, and I had to I had to use a lacquer to get the shine on it in the end. It wasn't meant to be a matte black finish, you daft soft. Not matte black, what am I on about? Matte black, I'm going around a twist here. The matte red finish, it wasn't meant to be red like a matte finish. I thought it looked nice and deep. No, I don't like it like that. It looked real like that. It might do on a real one, yeah, I suppose. But the clear varnish made it look like new again. I like the chat, it makes the video more entertaining. Hope to see you again very soon. When you're ready, take your time. It's a hobby, it should be enjoyed. As I have spent 12 weeks on a dinky Rover from the early 50s, just a basic model. You and Mrs. Bob look after yourself. Regards, Glyn. Well, thanks Glyn for that. Mark Davis, he writes, another fine resto on the fire engine, Bob. This was I don't know what you lot finds exciting about this one, because it was just a basic one without the light in it. If you remember, I'd done one with the light in back along exactly as near enough same casting, but had a light in the top. I'm looking for a fire engine at the moment to restore. Your videos are always entertaining and educational. I think a job isn't complete without a few stuff-ups and a bit of swearing. I hope you and the wife are doing well. Wish you both all the best, mate. Keep up good work. See you on the next one. Cheers, mate. Regards, Mark. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for that, mate. Tony Hughes, welcome back, Bob. Great job on the fire engine. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. Gary Kellogg, 3950. The sound goes. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. Glad to see you back, by the way. Yeah, I never knew what happened there. I didn't sort of catch that when I was editing it. I would have done something or tried to do something with it, or cut out a few bits or something, And when I watched a video on YouTube myself, I thought, what the hell was all that? It's all like blotchy and buzzy. I don't know if there's something wrong with my mic or what. I don't know what happened with that. But hopefully, I will not make any. I'm also sorry about that, anybody, if it's put you off a bit, because it certainly puts me off when something like that goes wrong. I hate anything that's got bad sound on it. I do try my best with what I got, but you do get little blotches now and then, I suppose. It's only cheap shit I'm using. Cheap £3 mic off of eBay, Chinese crap, Paul Robinson from way down under, Neighbours. I don't know. No, of course it's not him, is it? He's got a hotel to run, hasn't he? God, why am I talking so much crap? Great job, Bob. Back to new. The important thing is enjoy your hobby and do it on your own time. Keep up the great work. See you in a couple of weeks. Yeah, thanks, Paul. That's what I am doing now. It's like there's going to be a video every, sometime might be 2 weeks, might be 3 weeks. It won't be no later than 3 weeks, I shouldn't think. It's given me a bit more time now, because I mean, like I said before, I used to put the video up on the Friday, and well, no sooner I've done that, it's bloody Monday again, and you got to get another one all sorted out, and you know, and you got to get me all yap done what I'm doing now, to, you know, what you lot seems to like. I don't know why, but likes listening to the crap I come out with, I suppose. I can't even say it now. Bric-a-brac gold. Why am I laughing so much? I haven't had nothing to drink yet. Bric-a-brac gold, yeah. Hi Bob, new subscriber. Glad to hear you and your missus are doing good. Been going through bad times under similar circumstances. Guys like you and Marty and other diecast stores take my mind off things. Hope to see more videos soon, Colin. Well, Colin, I'll try my best. Like I say, you all got Martin there, and you got crap old Nick and all they lot to watch. And anyway, yeah, I'll try and get as many out as I can, but like I say, it's going to be every 2 or 3 weeks now. Tommy Tippy, we are blessed to have such brilliant restorations from Bob. And absolutely right, a hobby is no pressure but a smile on your face, and the pressure can stay in the paint cans. Very good. See you soon, Tommy. Thanks, Tommy. Steve Adams 96. Nice surprise, Mr. Willis. I like the fire engine. Interesting casting. Very nice finish you achieved there, Bob. Thanks for posting. Hope to see another soon. Keep rambling, Bob. Makes your videos much more enjoyable. Take care, mate. You take care too. HXJ1971. Nice to have you back, Bob. I love that casting, even though it's nice and simple. Buses and fire engines, just love them. Brilliant finish again. Don't forget the household chores. Yeah, alright. Don't you start as well. Mrs. has always given me a hero bashing now for doing things around the house instead of pissing around out here. Chris X. The main man is back. Woohoo! Calm down. I've been having a nightmare with the damp weather. Yeah, he's got the same problems I had with that bloody fire engine. Going to paint a Rover-Matic for the 4th time. Managed to polish the dough lacquer. Yeah, don't bother lacquering. If it's damp weather, mate, just don't worry about the paint, because the lacquer will put the shine on it. Don't try to lacquer it afterwards, because that will do the same. He tried to polish the dough lacquer, but caught the car with the Dremel. I wouldn't try doing it with the Dremel anyway. Grr! All painted, then a piece of fluff landed on it. So back in the cool stick. I feel sorry for you, mate. Glad you and Mrs. Bob are okay. Keep safe. Cheers, mate. And finally, Keith Davies. No apologies are needed, Bob. Your home life is more important than the videos. Yeah, well, it is, yeah. A hobby should be for relaxation, not pressure. Do what you want, when you want. It's a privilege to be given the opportunity to watch you. It's nice to see a sparkle coming back into your eyes. Lovely result on the paintwork. Well, Keith, thanks for that. Thanks to everyone. As you see, I'm pretty joyful at the moment, so I don't know why, but it's just me. And I haven't even had a drink yet. So I'm going to toodle off now and have a drink, just to put the topping on it now. So till next time, enjoy the video. And this is, I'll tell you what this is. It's well, you probably already know anyway, because it's on the title, isn't it? It's a Batmobile again. But this time I've done the Redwheels version, which I picked up in I think it was a toy fair somewhere, and I got it pretty cheap, and pretty happy how this one came out. It came out very nice, this one. So enjoy this one. It's a bit more, I've tried to show it a bit more better how to reassemble it and all that, so hopefully it'll help you a bit more, anybody who's going to do a Batmobile. And I'm thinking, like Rob, he's got a Batmobile on the back burner, because I sent him the screen and a few little bits back along. So whether he hasn't got the bits yet, because we've had all this lockdown crap again, haven't we? And, you know, places been re-locked down, and you know, Leicester, the model supplies place, was locked down again, so they had to shut again. So whether it's because of that he hasn't got the bits yet, I don't know, because there is a couple of bits you've got to get for it, because it was a pretty rough one. but I'm waiting to see that video when he does that video with the Batmobile. So good luck with that one, Rob. If you want any tips, look at this video and a few of my old ones, and that'll help you out. But anyway, I'm rambling again, so it's time to go. Until next time, it's bye bye from me. Take care, everyone. Bye bye. Okay, folks, here we go. This is today's restoration. It's a Corgi 267 Batmobile, and this one here is the rare Redwheels version. Not many of these came out. They're pretty rare, meant to be, because I don't know what happened, why they done the Redwheels, whether they ran out of black plastic, I couldn't tell you. But who knows with Corgi what they did. They done a lot of weird things, as we know. But anyway, I picked this one up at a toy fair quite a while ago now, pretty cheap, and they're in, you know, a lot needs doing to it really. It obviously needs a new screen, and it needs the horns on the top of the beacon, and they need a robin for it, and we need an aerial for it. Oh, I won't go on, but I've got all these bits, so let's get on with it and make this one like it used to be. Right, as you can see, this is an actual real Redwheeler. I mean, a lot of these do get, like I did say in my Christmas video, I did explain to you that a lot of these do get, you know, sort of faked. I mean, you can tell, because on the bottom, if you look at the bottom of the base plate, it says Batmobile in capital letters. And I mean, these wheels are a bit worn, but I mean, they're not too bad. That's over the play over the years, I suppose. Running it along the old concrete bloody things, what kids paths, you know. But we're going to do this one up today. It's not much different than an ordinary Whizwheeler, really. It's just got red wheels, that's the only difference. But I thought, you know, I'll give you all a recap on how to do it, start to finish. I thought I'd do a remake of the original video. So anyway, I took old Batman out, because all of this is all missing. All this dash was all loose, and you can't really get him out once you've got it all put back together. You can't get him out because he sort of wedges in. If you look in here, there's a thing on the seats. His feet goes there, and when he's actually in there, you got all this dash put back in. You can't get him out, and that's a lot of the trouble. In the old days, the kids used to try and get Batman out, and they ended up breaking the glass on these, and that's, well, most probably that's what's happened with this one. Because this glass is gone. I mean, 90% of the time, if you buy one of these cars to do up, you'll find that the glass is, you know, not usually any good, because the kids in the day used to try and get the Batmans out. The Robins come out there. If you look there, like when it's all back, when you got all that back, I managed to get that dash in there like that. But once you've got all that back, and you've got the glass there as well, and you've got a steering wheel comes out to here, he got to stay in there. So you've got to have the Batman ready to put one of these back together if you're going to put figures in it, because you've got to put the Batman in before you before you close it all up. The Robin just plonks in there afterwards. He's alright, you're going alright. But anyway, as this one's already out, we'll get rid of all this. That can all come out, because that's got to be all re-chromed and what have you. As if I can get it out. Can I get it out again now? Oh, bloody hell. It went in there just now. No, don't want to come out. Come out. Right, there's a dash. Batman can come out. Put that aside. Right. As I said, I've pre-drilled the little O's there to start it off, and we want a fairly nice sized drill to get the old heads of the rivets off. So that's all we got to do now is get these off. Just enough to pop it apart. Don't have to go too wild with this. See, that's all you need, that. Just a very light drilling, just to pop the heads off. quite soft, these rivets are. If I can find the bloody hole, there it is. Plenty of rubbish coming off of these. Nope. That's enough of that. And that's all we need, folks. Move all that out of the way. Right, let's get rid of all this. Let's get rid of all this here in a minute. Click of a finger. And there we go, it's all gone. Right, so now got all them bits out of the way. I want to get this one apart. So now, easiest way to start with that is in the back of here, because you can get a screwdriver in there a little bit. So if you get your screwdriver up there, you can prise it apart, but be careful with it. Don't get carried away, because you don't want to bend any of this. Same with the front. You might as well press the old button there, release the spring for that, and just prise it apart very gently. And once you get these two end pieces separated, it should come apart pretty easy. Just getting this to let go here. There's still a bit of stuff on there, that bit of rivet, and you cutting off. Oh, bloody hell. I think that's slightly bent onto there anyway. That corner's going to have to be looked at, because it's not quite straight, that corner. But you just gradually work it until you, there it goes. That's the two ends done. Yeah? I gotta go, Mrs. is shouting in the garden. Right, I'm back. She got stuck. She froze, so I had to give her a hand to get back to the old walking frame. She's gone for a cup of coffee at the moment, so I'm alright for a while. Right, as you see, I'm just trying to get into the side of this to get the middle parts off, because what's holding this now is the cage, as they call it. They call it the cage, and I'll show you that in a minute when I get this off. Needs a bit more. Some of these can be a bit of a bugger to get apart. You just gotta be careful. Take your time with it. Don't get carried away. I mean, if you can, chip away at the edge of the rivet there, that. See, this is the bit that's holding it in at the moment. There's a piece there, that, see? And that's what's causing the jip, as you could call it. But you just gotta persevere. There's a bit, that side's come apart, that. You just gotta keep at it. There he goes, he's gone. Just take your time, be patient with it, and it'll come apart. Right, when you take these apart, like I said, make sure this one's out. Just press a little button, flicky out. Sometimes they're already out because the spring's knackered inside, but if not, just flick it out. That just lifts off like that then. Bit mucky in there. Bit of muck around the actual wheels in there, that. So take your wheels out like that. Chuck there aside. That just lifts out. And there's your frame that just pushes inside that, so that can be all cleaned up. You separate all these pieces actually, because they're going to be all polished up and cleaned up. The seating part just lifts out like that. It's not too bad nick actually. It's not broke here. Usually you find they're gone here, but this part, this isn't too bad, this one. So all that can be washed and cleaned up and used again, alright? There's no problems with that. So that can go there. Now you got to watch you don't lose any of this now. You got, if you want to take a photo of how this goes in, I mean I've done thousands of these, or not thousands but hundreds, and I know how they go. And you look at that, it's a bit bent, so that's going to have to be straightened out. But if you look how the spring goes on it, you got like a little knob there one side. One side you can't do it that. It's like solid, but this side you got like a little pin. And what you got to do is when you put it back together, you get that. See the bottom little short piece of the spring? That goes in there like that. It goes over that big piece, and it catches up against that little spring. So then you got the tension there. Then see, and then when you put it back in, it goes in that way with that spring piece poking upwards. Because when you shut the base on that, when this base comes down and shuts on that, it pushes it down like that, holds it down, and then that enables you to get the tension like that, see, the springiness. So when you actually push that round, it catches on that piece there, this piece that comes out, and that's what operates it. So when you push that thing down, it moves that piece and lets this piece go, and then of course it fires out, doesn't it? But that's how it works anyway. But that's got to be straightened up because that's a bit bent. So then all you do is take this piece out. Look at this piece. I'll take it out with the old. Let's get the old focus in on there. Now I'll take it out with these. You can see it a bit better without my podgy fingers in the way. If you take this out, it comes off. It actually lifts off like that. You can lift it off. There's a little nick in the bottom of that. There's a little nick, and that is what goes in the end of that spring like that. And then you got to push that. When this is on there, this spring has got to be flattened down. It's got to be flat down behind. If I can get it down there a minute. There. That's how your spring's got to be, with that little hook there, hooked into the top of that, and then on that thing there. But you've got to somehow do it before you, I don't know, you might be able to do it like this. Usually you've got to, no, you can do it like that. Push your spring into the slot and then hook your thing on and push it down. And then when you push that thing, that moves that and lets that slasher blade go, like, you know. But that's how you do it anyway. I'll show you when I put it back together. That's all got to be cleaned up, see? Don't lose any of these bits. You could probably get away with that from out of some pen aspect. If you did lose that, cut one short. But try not to lose it if you can, folks, because I mean all this can be broke off if that glass is no good. Now what we've got to do here now, this got to be drilled out now a little bit. But you only want to drill a little bit because you don't want to drill too much of these posts away, because you got to glue this cage back onto this, because that's what holds it into the actual. Because you got that thing there. That's what fires your missiles. You see, missiles go down in them tubes, and then when these flick around, whichever way it goes, yeah, that way, you hear it tinging. It pulls these things down that, and then they spring up and shoot your missiles out. But anyway, that's enough chitty chatter now. I'll get these drilled out now, so we can get this cage out. I'm gonna have to start that one off a bit there, I think. Get a bit of a start in there because I ain't got nothing to put the drill into. That's better. Yeah, we got something there now. That. Same with that one. He ain't got nothing. He's got a little low there, but you can't see it because it's there. That's better. So then what we'll do, we'll get the old drill on there again. Actually, you can do it on here actually. Just get your drill. See, that's a drill. I should use a smaller one really. Might have to. Too lazy to change the drill bit, look. There it is, I got him. See, that's all you need. Just to drill a little bit off that. And the same on that one. That's all we need like that. Only a little bit. You just got to take the top off, that's all. And once that's done, we should be able to get this piece out. So we get our screwdriver in the back of here. You see that lift off of there then? So that's gone now, that. And then you just push it down there. If you can get a screwdriver that'll fit down there. And just work it like that, there. He's gone. And that's it. And that comes off then, see? That just lifts off. Get that. Just let go of that rivet. There, that lifts off then, see? There. Cage is out. Screen. Bin. Then all these bits here come out then, see? All your tubes, they can be re-chromed because they can go with the old dash. We still need a set of horns, which I have got spare anyway. That can come out, that can get cleaned. The aerial is non-existent, so we've just got a little bit of plastic left of that one, that, as you can see. So that's bin. And then all we've got to do then is drill out these, get these all drilled out for rivets. You don't have to worry about these. You can rub, clean the edges of them a bit so that it's easier to push the cage back on. But these got to be drilled out. These, because these is all important fixing points for this one. And then that can go in the old caustic. It's not worth saving the badge. The badge is pretty grubby anyway. So I'm going to have to put another set of badges on this one. Some of these, you can save the badge. I mean, that's pretty grubby anyway, so it's not worth bothering around with them. There's only one of them anyway. But some of them you can get the badges off and reuse them because they're in good condition. This here can be, well, I might have to play around with this one of these top pieces here, because I did notice there was a slight bit of distortion on one of these. I think it's that side, so I might have to fiddle about with that before we paint it. But that's about that. That's all ready now to go in the old stripper. Now, this cage piece, when you go to refit this, what I tend to do with these, if you look very carefully, if you look there and see how high that comes up there, you see it comes up, you got like that flat piece here, and this comes up to here. What I usually do is grind all that flat, grind all that off so it's level like that, so it's all level with this. So all that, there's a good mil there, good millimetre, that there, grind it off. I mean, you can drill down there first if you want to. Like there, there's like 1.5 mil there. Like, drill that down and then grind it, whatever, file it down so it's level with this piece here that comes up here. Make sure the top of this is level with that, and you'll find it a lot easier to put back in the actual, when you're putting it back together, it does shut a lot easier. That's what I've found anyway. So if that's a tip for you, then see, because look how high that goes up. That you want the base to shut down nice and tight on that. So if that's too high, you're gonna have a gap. Because don't forget, these was all made with a long piece on them, and when they went in the factories, the rivets, this was the rivet, wasn't it? And it sort of got riveted together with that. But we're not, we got to, we're restoring it, so we've got to make our own rivet holes in this. So you're going to have to cut some of that off. But I will show you that anyway. I'll show you what I mean. But there you go. That's enough chitter chatter. I'm going to get on now. I'm going to get this all stripped. So next time you see this, I'm not going to bother showing you. I'm just going to get this stripped for now, because there's quite a few things. I mean, mostly what I want to show you with this really is the assembly, really, for anybody who's not too sure on how the assembly goes. So it's quite easily, it's quite an easy thing. The worst bit of doing these Batmobiles is these bloody headlights. I hate doing them, because once you've got this all nice and sprayed up black, you've got to get a very fine brush to get in there and paint the bloody headlights. And that is the worst job of doing one of these, because you've got to be so steady, because you don't want to get it, you don't want to get it anywhere else to paint. And it's a bloody horrible job to do. But that's the worst part of it, I think, anyway, is doing the headlights. But anyway, let's get on, and I'll get this stripped and bring it back. Right folks, as I was saying about this piece, I've drilled these out now, and I've just ground that one down. If you look there, it's level with that piece that comes up. And if you look at the other one, I've got to grind all that off. Let's see the difference. All I use is just the old wheel. So we just watch it come down. It'll soon come down with this. I'll get it in shot for you. Just do it very lightly. Let the wheel do the work. As you see, it's coming down level now. You might have to drill the hole a little bit again, because right now you probably have to drill the hole a little bit again, because there'll be a bit, where you've ground it off. But if you look at that now, it's nice and level, that piece. So when you come to put this back together now, you'll be able to shut it up quite easily. Be able to close it up nice and tight. Also, what you want to do is just go over these bits as well, like where that's a bit crooked. If you look at where I've done that, I've drilled that one out, and it's not quite level. So just I'll go over all these. I'll show you one, but all you do is just the same again. Just go over them like that, just to flatten them out, let's say. And then, like I say, you probably have to go in there with a drill again just to clean them out. But that's all you got to do. Anyway, like I said, I'll try again. I was going to strip this, wasn't I? I'll strip this, and I'll be right back. Let's have a look and see what's happening in the garden. As you can see, Mrs. Ball. As you can see, she's getting a lot better. She's managing to do a little bit of her tinkering in the garden.
Yes, I've just cut down my yellow rose bush, and I'm picking up all the prickles.
Right, let's get back and see what else we can do. Right then folks, as you see, I've now got all this stripped, nicely wire wheeled, and what I tend to do now with these shells, because these Batmobiles are really, one of the best Corgi ever did, really. But some of these shells now, they've been through such a lot of, knocking about, and since kids has played with them, and when we were kids we didn't care, did we? And the dinks and all sorts all over them. Like, but what you want to do is get one of these. Well, I'll tell you what I use is I've seen other restorers use these. Is what women uses for their nails and stuff like that. or a bit of sandpaper, you want to go over this and try and flatten this piece out a bit. But in the meantime, while you're doing it, you're getting all the little dinks out of here, like it's all little. If you can see it, I know I'm very fussy with these. I like them perfect. So you want to go right over it all and get all them little marks out, so it's as clean as what it can be. And where the join is, where you join the two halves together, that you see that bit there. Very rough. It's very rough. Top half, look. You want to try and like that there. Look at that in the wheel arch. Look at that. That's terrible. That ain't no good. You want to get rid of that with a file or whatever. Smooth it all out. Just file it down, smooth it all out. And, you know, it pays. Because, in the end, when it's painted, black is a right pig of a colour. And it shows everything up. So what you want to do is go over everything. All the, you know, all the, like the, where, you know, where it joins up, all along here. Plus, if you flatten that out slightly, you might not see it with the naked eye, but it will hold the paint better, because the edges seem to lose the paint. But if you flatten that out slightly, right the way down there, get it all nice and flat. I've done the headlights. These headlights were a bit manky looking, but I've got them as best as I can without going too far. But they were a bit, you know, chipped in there and all that, but I've managed to flatten them out as best as I can. The bottom part I've done as best as I can there. But you want to go along all these little parts here and get it really nice and smooth and clean before you actually paint this, because it will show up on the, you know, on the final. If you get some right fussy git wants to look at it and sort of looks really close at it, you're going to see all these little imperfections everywhere. So give it a really good sanding until you're quite happy with it. You know, if you get the shell looking as best as you can, then the black, when you put it on, it'll be superb. I kid you not. These Redwheelers are rare. I mean, you can sell one of these on eBay. If you do it up properly, you can get like £100 to £200 for one of these. If it's done up, you know, if it's in proper condition, and it is an original one like this one. There is a certain seller on eBay that does just buy these wheels and puts them on ordinary whiz-wheelers and that, and you get the odd person that is not, you know, don't know about it, and they just think, oh yeah, that's a Redwheeler, I want one of them. But, you know, you won't see that on the bottom of it. It'll just say National Periodical Publications on it. And it's just a normal run-of-the-mill whiz-wheel Batmobile, if you want to call it that. But that's all it'll be, with red wheels put on it. So you got to watch it when you buy these, you know, if you want the original thing. But like I say, this one will be an original one, because I've got it all here. I bought it like that, so I got it down at Toy Fair actually. Got a good price for it, because mate, he didn't realise they were so rare. So I said, oh, it's only an old whiz-wheeler. I'll give you like, you know, £7 for it. And he said, yeah, right then. So I got away with that. I don't think I get away with it too often though. You got to be lucky to get one. But there you go. This bloke on eBay, like I was saying, he sells one every week, I think. So how can it be rare? That just shows it's a load of crap. But anyway, that's enough rambling. Let's get on and I'll get this all cleaned up, like all these bits. I'll get all that sorted out. I've done some of it so far, but I'll finish it off and get all the bits took out, like all the little imperfections, and I'll get this sprayed up, and then we'll take another look at that. So let's get on and do that. Okay folks, as you can see, I've now got rid of all these little dinks everywhere that there was in there. I've filed them all out. If I zoom in on that, you look very carefully there, I've flattened all this out. I've got rid of that dink that was in there. All that's nice and smooth now. And also along here, it's nice and smooth, look. So that is now ready for painting. So we'll do that now. Okay folks, we're going to start off with base paint. What I'm using is a matte black. That's going to act as our base coat. It's not a matte, a black undercoat, same thing. It's all matte black. that should be ample for now. That it's only your cheap paint shop paint, that's all it is. Nothing special. Do the old the body. Very quick. Flash over. Do it for now. Yep. Should do nicely. Okay, while we're waiting for that to dry, I've since put a coat of matte black paint on these pieces, the chrome pieces, because I'm going to show you something else you can use for actual chrome instead of your Molotow. I have done it with a few pieces before, and sometimes it works alright and sometimes it's a bit of a bugger. And it's what it is this stuff, and it's all it is nail varnish. Funny enough. Now what you do, you give this a good this is the I mean, you can't put it on yet, but what I've got to do, what you've got to do is put this on first, and all you do that, but you've got to spray your pieces black before you do it, and all you do, if I zoom in slightly, I'm like, there we go, let's get it to focus, come on, focus. Right, all you do is get your liquid and just paint it all over. Get it to completely cover it. Get rid of the lumps. You don't want all the lumps in it. Just put it right over like that. Just get rid of all the excess. You don't want too much. Like that. And that's all we do. Put that on one side, let that dry, and then do the same again. On this bit. This is a bit you want a really nice finish on this, because you're going to show this a lot more. Get it all nice and even. Make sure you get it all over it. And again, you don't want too many. You don't want too many lumps. I'm going to try and get a smooth finish on it if you can. I know you're using a brush, but it will go smooth. And that's about it. That'll do. So you want it, like, you know, nice and smooth like that. And you just let all this dry then, these pieces. Let them pieces dry. And then I'll show you the next bit when this is dried. In the meantime, while this is drying, I have got another job to do, which I'll show you now. I'll take this away. Next job being the screen Right, now these screens, these are from a place called reprohobby.com, and it's Australia, and these, well, they're about the best you can get really, and I always use these. A guy called Delph Marino, and he's a very nice chap. And what you got to do, I think the holes in these should fit. Yeah, I don't have to drill that. This here beacon piece, what you want to do is get all this sorted out. You get your beacon sorted out before you put these Batmobiles back together. And what you got to do, you got to flatten the end of that. You get a piece of that. If you ask Mr. Flowers nicely, when you buy a beacon like this, there's a bit shiny actually, this beacon. I do like to dull them down really, but I'll leave this one like it is. I'll just touch in that bit. When you get one of these off of Flowers, I mean the ones that Delph does in Australia, they are actually like original ones, and they are made of metal too, and they're a lot better than these. These is plastic, but this is from Flowers. But you've got to make that hole a bit bigger to get this to go through it. So that's a little job we've got to do. But you've got to flatten the end of this. If you're asking nicely, when you ask for a beacon, ask him for the red piece that goes in the middle, and he'll send you a piece like that. But he don't usually send it unless you ask for it. I don't know why he don't send them with every one. I suppose you run out. I don't know what the reason is. But the way I do the flattening part, what you got to do is get a candle or use a lighter, whatever. I'll use a candle, it's easier. And if we zoom out a minute, I'll get a knife, something really nice and with a nice edge or a nice flat edge on it. Just heat the knife, heat the blade, just to get that blade nice and hot. And then what you gotta do is put your end on there like that and push it on so far, then stop, and then you got to blow on it. That's all you got to do. Blow that out. Don't need that anymore. And you'll see it's on there, that, and it's got like a little edge on it. You've got to be quick with it though, and let it cool a little bit. I think I made that edge a little bit too big, but we'll let it cool a minute, and then when it's hardened up, when it's cooled, you can just snap it off like that, and you got a nice, look at that, you got a nice, come on, focus, this bloody phone, don't want to focus today folks, come on. Anyway, you can see it there, I think. God, what's wrong with this bloody phone? Everything's going wrong today. The autofocus is playing up. Come on. Oh well, you can see it anyway. If I hold it back there, you can see it's got like a little bit of a lip around the top. So that's all you got to do with that. So that's that piece ready. Then we get this piece. We're going to make that hole slightly bigger. So what I do with that, I've got a drill, 2mm drill, and all I do is just go in there like that with a hand one. Just do it nice and gradually. Sometimes I can do it with my foil if I can get it in there. I've got a very thin foil here somewhere, which will go in there. There it is, and you can foil it out with that as well. You just gotta be very careful not to go too far, because you don't want the hole too big. Just not to get this plastic piece through. I think I've got it there actually. There it goes. And then all you got to do, there's the top of your there's the top. That's what it's meant to look like, something like similar to that. And then you just snip it off inside there. So if I bring that out a little bit, get me knife I used just now, better wipe that off a bit. But all these little jobs, if you want to do one of these properly, you've got to do all these little jobs and that, and make sure everything, you've got everything set up and ready, you know, for when you want to put it all back together again. Alright, so if I get my beacon down here, I'll chop that piece off. Well, some of these nasty dogs out there barking. I knows who it is. Bloody thing's a menace. It's one of them little yappy dogs that are horrible things. Right, you put your beacon in there like that, and then you stick it in the top, and there's another little job done. Now what you need to do is put a little bit of glue on the bottom of that. Little 5-second fix will do it. And get your glue like that. I don't know why I'm showing you every little bit like this, because I'm sure you can work out this has got to be done anyway. So you get your 5-second fix and just put it down there. Put a little blob down there. Just throw that beacon. Put the little torch on it. And that'll stick because it can see the light, you see. This glue sticks when it can see daylight. If this was all a solid colour and it couldn't see daylight, it wouldn't stick, because you can't harden it up. And that'll do that. And there you go. And your beacon is supposed to move like that anyway. You're supposed to be able to turn this, and it does. I wish this thing, there it is, it's focused. And that they're supposed to turn around anyway. On the originals it does, and it does on this, if you do it that way. Because you only stuck the bottom of the red piece in. The actual beacon is holding that thing on there like that, you see, and it'll turn around. All I've got to do is just dab a little bit of gold paint on that. The actual paint pen will do that. And that's that job done. So that's another one done, another job. And then all you got to do then, switch that off. Once you've done that, the only other little jobs really that you need to do, there's your horns, which go up underneath there like that. And stick them up there. They're a nice tight fit because they are original horns, these, what I'm using. So you can leave them on there, that can all stay together. That's done. The only other little jobs to do really is to clean up these pieces. Get the old wire brush on these pieces here, get all that nice and clean. Clean this bit up, clean this, clean the old exhaust thing off, get it all shined up and cleaned. And that's about it really. Your Batman, if you want to touch the painting on the Batman, then he needs a bit on his head, you can, you know, it's up to you. But he could do a few bits of paint here and there, just to brighten it up a bit. And that's it, and then we can put it together. Bloody focus on this thing. Then we can put it together after that. So anyway, let's get on with the next bit. That should be dry enough now. I will show you how to put this chrome on. Right then, I'll show you how to do this. This is dried enough now. What you do is just slap it on. It's all really, just slap it all on over like that. And when it dries, it's like actual chrome. It's meant to be anyway, meant to dry like actual chrome. And if you've got like a big surface to do, I'm sorry about my hands getting in the way, but I want to make sure this is put on correctly, because you've got to put it on there pretty quick. It does dry pretty rapidly, this stuff. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I wouldn't bet my life on this stuff. I wouldn't buy it again, but if I've got it, I'm going to have to use it. Going to have to get rid of it, but sometimes it works out alright, and it is quite good stuff. I personally prefer the chrome pen to get the best effect. But if you ever got a big surface to do, this does really, you know, do a nice job if you put it on right. Now if you look at that, that ain't too bad actually. I'll get a bit more and put in there. And if you just leave it and let it dry, it'll dry as a chrome paint. There. What's wrong with that? That's pretty pretty shiny. Right, hold it back there, I don't even see it better. But, you know, it's not too bad. So there's a little tip for you. If you want to use that stuff, you know, it's up to you if you want to try it out. You can get it on eBay. It's about £3. It's a lot cheaper than the chrome pens, but I do prefer the chrome pen myself. But anyway, that's how it's done. You put the clear stuff on first, paint it black first, matte black, put the clear stuff on, let it dry, and then just slop some of that on, and then, well, there you go. That's how it's done. Right, folks, while we're waiting for all this to harden up, this shell, it's come up pretty good actually, as you can see. I'm going to put the I've done the headlights, got that out of the way because I hate doing that. I'm going to put the stickers on, and what I've got is homemade ones. I've had these for a while. I had them sent to me actually, but they are homemade. And what I've done is put them on the bit of the back of you know, the 3M double-sided. So all I'm going to do is cut these out in a minute. I won't show you that. I'll just do that right now. Right then, guys. The only reason they're all cut out now, as you can see, the only reason I wanted to show you this, just a little tip, really, just a quickie. Use a Sharpie pen before you actually stick them on the car. Use a Sharpie pen and just go along the edge of the stickers like that. You might think, oh, what's the point of that? Well, the point of it is when this is stuck on, you've got a nice black finish on your car. Nice glossy black finish. When you stick these stickers on, the edges of these stickers show up. You see that now? When that's stuck on there, you won't see anything. But if I stuck this one on, when you're looking at the car, you'll see an outline of white around all this white that's on that sticker. There, as I was saying, all this white around here will show up against the black on the actual body. Whereas with this one, it's all black. That's all you need is a Sharpie pen or marker pen, anything, just so you make sure you don't get it on the actual sticker. Just get it on the edge where the white bits of the sticker shows, and then when you stick it on, it'll be a nice finish. You'll see what I mean when it's stuck on there. There, as you can see, turn it like that, there's no white line, no outline around the badge, and that's what you want. You want to see a white outline around the badge. It's just a little thing that I always do, because I've seen other restorations and it just looks unsightly. So that's all you got to do. Just run a little marker pen along the edges of the sticker before you stick it on, and then you'll get a really nice finish when you put the badge on then. And this one here has got to harden up a bit before I let's look at the finish on that. I mean, that is what you want, a mirror finish, and that has come out really nice. It's all been lacquered now, so that's got to dry for a bit before we put it together. But in the meantime, while you're waiting for all that to dry, you can sort out all your other little bits, you know, like I showed you, all these other bits, get them all ready. I painted Batman up now, as you can see. He's been touched up around the head, been done with a matte black. I've got to do his little badge with a bit of gold. That's about it, really. But I've left him like he looks like a robber, actually. But I mean, that's the way they looked in these Redwheelers. I don't know who done the painting on these figures, but they've done a really sloppy job on them. But that's how they're meant to look. So it's meant to be an original thing, what we want to end up with. So I've left it like that. We've done our, as I said, we've done our beacon. That's all been sorted. I've actually painted that little gold piece in on the front there. What was missing? Steering wheel is a reproduction steering wheel, because I want the steering wheel on this one, and this is my last one for this one. I've now cleaned it up and put the old gold on that. So we're really near enough now, ready, set and go, ready to put it all back together. Really, we just got to let the old bits dry up a bit. What I sprayed up, I sprayed up the old, if I get it here, I sprayed this piece up, the old slasher thing on the front. So we'll let that, you know, that's going to dry before I can use that, and that's about it. That's about it really, all we got to do. And then we're ready to put it all back. Right then, folks, the next stage. Now what I've actually got a rubber glove on, because this Batmobile, I don't want to get no fingerprints over it. So I can quite safely handle this now without marking it up. Because you get the, you know, the sweat from your hands causes marks on it. Then you've got to rub it all out, and well, anyway, I've stuck the aerial in because it makes it a lot simpler. So if I grab it underneath there from the other hand, as you see, I've plunked the aerial in, and I've put a bit of the bit of this in there, 5-second fix, just to keep that aerial steady. Now I'm going to try and grab this one from inside so I don't mark it up. We're going to put all my gubbins back in this one now. Right, if I can move this camera back, I can show you. I have to go back out a bit. That's it. Right. First of all, where is it? We want to put our little button in. He just drops in there. I've sprayed up that one now because it's all been cleaned up. So you want to drop it in there like that. Get our spring and drop the spring in there. Just so he's poking up slightly like that. Because as I told you before, there's a little hook on there on the front of that piece. I don't know if you can see it. If the camera's going to be kind enough to focus. Come on, camera. No, it doesn't want to. Well, anyway, take my word for it. There's a little tiny hook on there, and you've got to hook this on the top of that spring like that. So as it goes on the top of the spring, put that through there. Now that's got to push down now with the spring nice and level. You might have to use a pair of pliers, or you might get, I've got away with it. It's gone in. You've got to make sure that's in properly so that the spring's got the tension like that. Right, that's done. Now what I usually do next, I get the old get the inside piece like that and just put that on top of there. Thread the horns through like that, because they come through that. There's a little hole in the cage, and then we get our missile tubes, drop them in, drop our wheel in like that. That just drops in like that, and then this piece, we just get that to drop in like that, And now this is the fiddly part. You've got to get all this, it's got to line up now, because we've got to push this back down onto them rivets. So this is a bit fiddly. And you can't put this down now. That's it, I've clicked it in. You can't put this down because we've got our aerial poking out the top. Now when you've done that, when you've pushed all that down and it's just back as far as you can get it, you want to do a dummy fit. Put the seating in, put your wheels on, just do a dummy fit before you actually glue this piece, because we're going to glue these posts, not these two, the ones that fit into the body. I haven't put Batman in yet. You just want to make sure this one here works, the old chain cutter. And the way you put that one in, one side of it has got, like I showed you before, there's a little pin there, and there's the spring's got a short piece and it's got a long piece, and the short piece goes in between that little gap, and then when you put it on the back on the car, it's going to drop down in there like that way round, so this long bit is poking up like that, because then when you put this piece on here, the base pushes down on that spring. So you've got to drop that on there like that, and all we want to do now is see if it's got a nice fit, which it has. If you look all the way around, it's got a real nice fit. So then what we want to do then, once you've done that, is just hold that bit. If I can hold it there. And you want to fold that back, just to test it out. I'm not holding it. Oh, I'm not squeezing it enough there. Right, if I squeeze it there, that's it, it works. So we know that's all okay. So now we can take that off again. We know all that's going to work. So now we can finalise this earpiece. So we can take that out again. We can finalise this bit now. So all we've got to do now is put some bits of glue on them 3 points, just to hold that cage. That's all. I'm trying to make this a bit more in depth, because the other Batmobile videos I did, I didn't really explain all of this. I just showed you it quick. I mean, that was my early videos. I wasn't very talkative then. I was a bit shy, but I'm not so shy now. You can hear me mouth a bit more now. I don't give a shit anymore now. That's all you got to do. That just put a little dab on them 3 points. It's just to hold it, really, just a bit more security. That's all. And then we'll leave that. Let that dry for a minute before you can, I mean, if you can, try and put it somewhere where you're not going to bugger up your area, what you've got in there. Or, you know, if you've got something you can balance it on either end, you know. And then once that's dry, we'll put the rest in then, because we know it's all going to fit nicely now. And I'll show you the rest then. Right. Anyway, as if by magic, this is not going to, we're not going to wait for this. Well, I am, but you're not. So as if by magic, it's now dry. Right, next stage, we put all our bits back. Alright, first thing, we've got our dashboard, and what I've done with this dashboard, I've actually tacked this steering wheel into the dashboard with a bit of 5-second fix, because it can be very awkward putting these pieces in, pushing that under there and then putting your steering wheel on there, because this thing, it just keeps falling out. So I've tacked it in there, so then all you got to do, better go from the other side, I think. Put your steering wheel like that, push it through there, and it just clips into place like that. Just push it in there like that, and that's that done. Next part, Batman, just push it into his seat like that, put his legs in there and either side of that thing. Now sometimes it's a good idea actually to have him like that, because he's got to go in like a slight twist, because his arm gets in the way sometimes. and then just get your seats in like that. You'll sit back down afterwards anyway, as you see. Right, he's in there. He's all right. He's all right. He's not going to go anywhere. Get your slasher blade. Drop that in the top like that. So you've got your spring poking up like that. Put your little plastic flame back in the thing. This one's the non-moving flame on this one because it's a later wheels. Put your thing on there like that. That all slots in there like that. Get your wheels. Put your wheels in. They just drop in. They're all the same. They're both the same size. There's no like that one's not bigger or wider than that one or anything. They're all the same. And then just get your base plate. And then you've got to remember that spring. You've got to try and put it down like that. I've moved the back wheels like a dumbass. Start again because I'm so clumsy. Try again. It can be the awkward part really, getting this right. Just drop it down like that. That's it. It's on there. And then all we do then is clip it together like that. And then we put a little dab of glue in. Put one in there. Drop our rivets in. Just get that one to tack in there like that. Then we get another drop. I usually go for all four corners like this, just to make sure. To make sure I've got it secure. We'll just do them two for now, just to let that harden up slightly. And I'll do the rest in a minute. But anyway, that should be enough to hold that for now. And then there we have it. Move the glue out of the way. This is what it will look like once it's all sorted out, and once it's all done. There we have it. So I'll finish putting the rest of them rivets in, and then we'll take a look at it on the old turntable. Okay folks, if you remember, this is what we started with. Tatty old red wheeler, picked up from the old toy fair or collector's fair. Missing a few bits. Dawn's, the beacon, aerial's gone, Robin's not there anymore. Generally pretty tatty. So anyway, I got all the bits to do it. So after we did our piece on it and worked our magic, this is what we ended up with. Nice new paint job, nice and glossy. Look at the glossy shine on that. All the missile tubes all refurbished, new aerial, new horns on the top, new beacon, and there's Robin back in the seat. All redone, and I'll tell you what, I'm very pleased how this paint job came out. Couldn't have come out no better. So I thought I'd do this as a recap really on the older videos I did. Just for anybody who hasn't seen the older videos, I thought I'd do another one. It's been sitting around in the shed for a while, this one. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making this one. If you want to see some more videos, I will be back as soon as I can. But until now, well, until then, I should say, it's going to have to be bye-bye from me. See you next time. Bye-bye.